Hey, this is Mike Tebow. I'm over here at Santa Fe Ranch, and we're just going to explain a little bit about what we do here. We're cutting hay right now, and we're baling it. This is some of the 2,600 acres that we have that we graze cattle on. And in the springtime, when the grass comes on, we cut it and we bale it and store it, and we can use it for feed throughout the winter. You can see he's just unloading a bale right there. And every year we cut about 800 to 1,500 bales a year to get us through the winter if we have a bad winter. And so that's part of the process. We're raking the hay in the back over here, and then he's baling it right here. And so far I think we've got about 650 bales on the ground, and we'll be putting those up and covering them for the winter time. Hey, here we are. We're at the turkey complex right here. We're a grower for Butterball. We have about 22,000 birds in each complex. We have 3 separate complexes, and with a total of 12 barns. And this is one of the bigger barns. And we just got these birds this last week. They're about 5 pounds. We keep them for about 14 weeks. We're a single stage grower, so we grow them all in one shot. We grow, we get them at 5 weeks, and we grow them out to 19 weeks. So we keep them around 14 weeks, and they'll go from about 5 pounds of what they are right now to 50 pounds. They'll be, matter of fact, our last birds I think were 48 pounds on average or so. We raise about 10 million pounds of turkey meat a year, finished meat. We're about 5% of Butterball's annual production, and we work with the Partridge facility with Butterball. That's in Partridge, Missouri, and they basically, we're a grower, so we provide the houses, the labor, the maintenance, and they supply the birds the feed, and they help us do a little bit of management. They monitor. You can see they're eating right now. You want the birds to be up. You want them to be, healthy, and our goal is to not give them any medicine if we can help it. And we've been very successful at that in the last few flocks we've had. And they're doing really good. Now you can see they're up. They're walking around. They're drinking. They're eating. We've got the fans running. We try to make them as comfortable as they can be, because the more comfortable they are, the better they'll convert their feed into finished weight. So we work real hard on raising a happy, healthy bird, and that's it. We probably have about 8,000 birds in this house right here. It's 650 foot long by 40 foot wide. And on a hot day, we have the curtains down and the fans running. There's a nice breeze. It's hot today, but it's you can tell the birds are kind of comfortable. They're eating and they're drinking, and that's what you want to have. So that's about it for the turkey operation. All right, here we are from Santa Fe Ranch again, and we're kind of excited about this. This is our first hand at planting our own crops, and we've got soybeans here, and we're happy with the way you can see how evenly they're coming up, and we could use a little bit more rain, but we're happy with what we've got so far. They look really good. So what we do here, this is about a 100-acre spot. We have another 100 acres back over to the east, and then we have another 100 acres that we grow sorghum on, and that's going to be a feed that we use for the cattle. So what we have here is then in the summer we rotate our crops. This year we're going to do beans in the 200 acres, soybeans, and when we harvest the soybeans, we'll come back with a cover winter crop, which is going to be winter wheat and maybe some different types of grass that we mix with it, and then we can graze the cattle on it, and then we can also harvest the winter wheat and wrap it, and it creates a sweet kind of a feed, because the sugar's in the wheat. You harvest it before it seeds out. And this spring, when we harvested the wheat off of here and wrapped it, we had 406 bales of wheat that we can use for feed in the winter time. So we're real excited about this. The soybeans we'll pick them in about September in that area, and then we'll come right then back in after that and plant wheat, and then the next spring we'll come back in with corn, and we'll plant corn, and then every year we'll rotate the crops. We'll do beans one year, corn the next, and then we'll do a cover crop in the winter, which is going to be our wheat, and that is considered double cropping. So you're double cropping on the same property, and that kind of helps you utilize the property a little bit better. Now, we just finished with the turkey houses, and we produce a lot of litter from the turkey houses, and about every 6 flocks we have to do a complete clean out on the turkey houses. So what we do is we take that litter and we can spread it on our property to make as fertilizer in conjunction with commercial fertilizers that will help fertilize the crops and make them grow well. And that's one of the reasons why we feel real happy with this, that they're growing pretty equally, is we fertilized it pretty well last January when we did a total clean out on the turkey houses. So so that's it in a nutshell of our croplands here. And we're going to head over here to our next field where we're actually planting our sorghum, which is it's a variety of corn, but it doesn't put out a corn stalk or like a corn husk. It puts out like a tassel, but it's about 1/3 of the cost of corn, and your yield on the feed, because we chop it when it's still young and not fully mature so that there's a lot of sugars in it, and we'll chop that and mount it up in a big pile and compact it down, and it'll allow us for feed. Like out of the 100 acres that we plant the sorghum, we end up getting about 2,100 ton of feed, which is very nice to have when you have a winter that's long, and it just gives you feed that you can feed the cattle with. So we'll pop over here and watch Scott plant some of that. All right, here we have, we're out in our 60-acre field. We're going to plant our sorghum. The sorghum is it's kind of a strand of a corn, but it doesn't actually shoot out a corn stalk. It shoots out a tassel, but it's good feed for the cattle. So here's Scott. Going down about 4 inches, and the little wheels in the back cover the dirt back up. And so when we took over the planting, which was this is our second year for growing our own feed for our cattle, and when we took this over, we ended up picking up that planter. That's brand new. That thing would be $40,000-$50,000. We bought a used one. We got it for $5,000, and we put all new discs on it, replaced all the parts that wear on it. So now we've got probably about $7,000-$8,000 into it. So real cost-effective way, but it costs $8 or $18 an acre to have somebody plant for you. So actually, with the amount of planting we've been able to do with that so far, because we can plant our beans, we can plant our sorghum, and but when it comes to corn, we're going to have to buy another used planter for our corn so that we can plant the corn ourselves, because the name of the game is you want to be able to do it yourself, because when the time is right to plant, you want to have your equipment and you want to get out there and plant, because when you hire other people to do it for you, you're going to be on the back burner, and so that kind of helps us be a little bit more efficient and a little bit more in control. And when it comes time to harvesting, we're only cropping 300 acres, so we go ahead at that point and we're going to have somebody come in with a combine, and they'll combine it for us, and they'll charge us to combine it, but then we don't have to invest in a $500,000 combine machine for only 300 acres. So again, we're real excited about taking on this new challenge of doing our own crops. We thought down the road we may carve out another 100 acres, do 400 acres altogether, but it's going really good, and we just need a little bit of rain, and I think we'll be sitting pretty. All right, here we are. We're down here with our cattle. We raise black and red Angus, and we artificially inseminate them. We split them up into two different groups. We have about 1,000 mama cows, and so what we do is we breed half the calf in the spring and half the calf in the fall. So it kind of breaks up a large calving group into 2 different groups throughout the year, and also we do artificially inseminate them, and then we clean them up with the cleanup bulls. We have several Hereford bulls. We have about 18 bulls altogether, and we turn them out about 25 days after we've bred them artificially and inseminated them, and we turn the bulls out with them, and they have 2 more cycles to be able to get pregnant. And the Hereford bulls the Herefords have they're red with a white face, and when they breed with the Angus, the black and the red Angus, they'll throw a Baldy. So which a Baldy is going to be your white-faced, and so you'll see some of the Baldies out here, some of the calves. These calves were born this spring, and we keep them for 180 days with their mama, and then we wean them after 180 days. And then from there, we keep them for 45 days, weaned from their moms, and then we can take them to market and sell them after that. We use MFA, and MFA is a pretty large company that they're actually a third-party source verification company. So what they do is they monitor that we give them the proper shots, that we wean them properly, and the genetics that we use to breed our cattle with, and they verify that, and they calve the calves. They tag the calves when they're about 6 months old, and they verify that the cattle were born on our property, that they were raised on our property, and they were given the right medication, and so forth. And it helped us when we sell our cattle. And so when we go to sell our cattle, we get to put the hallmark, the MFA hallmark, and they will put a certain color-coded tag depending on their genetics. And if they've been bred to a 75% and above carcass score calf, then they're eligible for a purple tag. And so usually out of our herd, we can get about 400 purple tags a year, and they sell better when you sell them because they were AI to a certain, bulls that are worth $200,000-300,000. We're able to cost effectively breed with them with AI. Now right over there's a Hereford bull right there. See the red with the white face and his horns? And so these cattle have been AI bred, and now they're on their 2nd and 3rd cycle. If they didn't take with the AI, then the bulls will clean them up, and hopefully we'll get a real high conception rate, which we've done pretty well with so far. So these guys, it's a little hot today. They're kind of hanging out underneath the shade. They don't, want to really necessarily be sitting out in the heat. But then we got a group back here that they're out there grazing. You can see the little babies. They're Baldies. Those were the bull bred ones. And as you see, their coat is real shiny. That's what you want. They're nice and fleshy. They're not skinny. You can't see their ribs. The calves are looking really good also. And that's how you want them. But you want to properly, they're on a strict mineral plan that we use through MFA, and they get their vaccinations. And the calves, it's kind of neat when they're young like that. When they're about 3 years old, we'll get a bunch of cowboys from literally all over the country. People will come in from Texas, Colorado, and they'll camp over for the weekend, and they will do an old-fashioned roping, and we'll rope these little calves, and we'll give them their shots, we'll brand them, and doctor them if they need to be doctored up, and we can do 400 calves in 2 days, and usually we get anywhere from 25 to 35 cowboys that come up. And we cook a big dinner, we feed them brisket and all, and they do it for fun. So it works out, it's a win-win for both of us. They enjoy it, and we get to get our calves all worked the old-fashioned way. That it's a lot less stressful actually on the cows to do it that way, because you're not separating them from their mother and trying to run them through the squeeze chute when they're so small. So there you have it. These guys are, we'll be weaning these guys in November and from their mamas, and probably start selling them in December at some point. So that's the wrap up on the cattle.